Hey everybody, and welcome back to Horror Film Lovers Reviews. I'm your host, Jonathan Moody, and we got a fun one today because we're going to be talking about Reunion of Terror, a movie that I've seen a long time ago. I saw back in 2008 or 9. I did a podcast with the creators, the writers, which is, Michael Hoffman and Megan Hoffman, Megan Jones Hoffman. And I absolutely loved it back then. I still love it. There's, I mean, as a person who's seen a lot of horror films since then and whatnot, I probably have other thoughts and other stuff and other issues with the movie now, but I did enjoy watching it. It was shot I believe on like HD, but it was like old school HD cameras and everything like that. And so if you do want to check out my Reunion of Terror podcast that I did, it is on Indie Film Cafe. So if you go to Indie Film Cafe dot podbean.com, you will, and then you look up Reunion of Terror in a search, you will find it. Maybe I'll try to link it down below. I'll try to remember to link it down below. So that you guys can take a look at that too, because I think you guys will have get a kick out of this. So I haven't done a horror film lovers reviews in a while, so bear with me. This is going to be sort of a really fun thing, and I'm going to try to bring this back. I have not been doing this because I've just been busy. But I want to bring back at least once a month, bring back horror film lovers reviews, so I can review films that like maybe I've already seen, like this film, or even seen or new movies that are out on like Netflix or something like that. That may I want to mainly do movies I've seen because we already got that first time watch Fridays, and I kind of want to use the new ones for that one. But anyway, to go with Reunion Terror. So it's basically about a group of friends who are invited on, to meet up in a cabin in the woods. And I mean, it's sort of your typical, slasher, prototype slasher. I think what's a little bit different is the attitudes and the language that everybody sort of speaks. Everybody's sort of very kind of like sarcastic and bitchy to each other, but they like you kind of know that like they've all had their like little history. Some people have problems. I'm not going to go into spoilers. I'm not going to say who the killer is in this movie because or killers, could be two killers. I'm not going to say. But what I am going to say is that I did enjoy rewatching this. I gave it like 3.5 out of 5 stars, and I think that's a fair assessment for it. I think the I think the biggest problem is that like there just seems to be a couple like plot holes kind of thing. Like maybe, and maybe I'm wrong, but there's these two characters, and it almost felt like an excuse to use nudity, which probably was. But there's these two lesbian couple that really, I mean, other than, I guess they were in the way of everything, they don't have anything to do with the rest of the movie. So just so you know, they're just there for that nudity, and as well as I guess more kills. Maybe I don't like it's been a long time since I listened to that podcast that I did with them, and I don't remember if I asked them about that. I probably should do another kind of want to do another Reunion of Terror revisit with them, or something, or talk about their newest movie, but like have both Michael and Megan chatting with me and other people about this movie because I feel like this is an underrated movie. Like not a lot of people talk about this, and I only knew about it because I had discovered those guys back in the MySpace days. That's how long ago it was, And I had I forgot where what happened, how it got to be, but I think I saw on IMDb Spring Break Massacre, and that just excited me to that title was just fun sounding. So I looked the people up and found their MySpace, and they were promoting Reunion of Terror, Rot, you know, on their MySpace. So I hit them up. They are from they were from the Florida area, and I messaged them. I got in touch with them, and had them on the show, and then I've had them on the Independent Corner like a few times. Sometimes just them two, just Michael and Megan, and stuff talking about movies and making movies and things. But the Reunion of Terror, I know we also had the lead guy Christian, and we had a few other we probably had a few other people. I just don't remember. It was like over 2 hour long talk. And that was back in the day when Blog Talk Radio was what I used, and they would allow me for whatever reason to like record for that long. Later they started charging, and they now it's now I wouldn't even dare because it's like it's a huge amount just for like per month. They are ridiculous. But I took a bunch of my old episodes and put them up for Throwback Thursdays on the Indie Film Cafe, so you can listen to that. But that was the thing. I wanted to I definitely had a lot of enjoyment was rewatching this movie. It was a lot of fun. There was a character that was underage, and that I think I don't know, like the way it was done, I think it would get off a lot creepier now than it would the way that they handled it on that thing, and like it's definitely a part of its time, and everything. But yeah, it's such a fun slasher. It sets up like it's sort of like it reminds me of Scream and the 2000s slasher movies where uh it's the person in the mask and you're trying to figure it out who it is or whatever or who they are, and it's just one of those things where um you're always wondering. Uh my my biggest problem with one, I don't know what happened. Maybe there was an issue with filming or something, but one of the characters died off screen and you never see it and you only see the aftermath, and I think it was a couple of them died off screen. You don't ever see it. You only see the aftermath, and I was kind of disappointed by that. Like I wanted to see more, of this stuff. But I think it was done so that you would be questioning things. Like you'll be wondering if that person is the killer, but that person is the killer, and really it's the it's somebody you sort of least expect. Um and I kind of like that because I always like it when I could have been like, "Oh, that's the killer." But like there was definitely red herrings and things that threw you off, the track. So once again, I tried to make this as spoiler free as I could. All the actors did a phenomenal job. They were funny. They were at times. I like that they were bitchy at each other. It just felt like a bunch of friends from high school haven't seen each other in 10 years, and they are now, you know. Another thing I didn't like is because I was enjoying that like each person would come up and they'd be like, "Hey, it's this person" or whatever. And then at one point, this other person's already there talking, and I kind of wish we had a scene where they walked up, and maybe they were tired of that. They didn't want it to keep being where people walked up, but that was the last person, so it would have been nice to. It was a woman that was there, and it would have been nice if she had, that's. But anyway, whatever. I had a blast with it. I think it's a lot of fun. It has a pretty big twist. It sort of goes into this interesting ending where it's not like set. I don't think it's set up for any kind of sequel or anything, but it's sort of like, oh wow, like it's a revenge ending, and I really really enjoyed that. So I was kind of like I knew what was gonna happen in a way, but I didn't know they were really gonna go there. So I had a fun time with it. Once again, I don't know why I'm trying to do spoiler free. It's been out since 2008, so I could spoil it, but I really would like people to go see this movie. Um, I don't know if it's available anywhere right now. I remember I got it on a double feature from Michael himself. Um, that as a Blu-ray. I will go into a little bit of specifics about the Blu-ray. Yeah, so I think you might be able to buy it online on like Amazon or eBay or something. Um, it's a double feature with the other one with why can't I think of the name? Spring Break Massacre. It's a double feature with Spring Break Massacre, which has Linnea Quigley, by the way. Love her. Uh, but yeah, it's a double feature, and honestly, I think I like Reunion of Terror a little bit better. I still think that Spring Break Massacre is a lot of fun, but it's not nearly as good as this one, in my opinion. This one definitely, it seems like each one he's getting a little bit better. And they had done Sigma Die, which I own, but I haven't watched. Um, I think he was supposed to send me at some point. Michael was supposed to send me a copy of it, like a director's cut or something, because the one I have is like the producer's cut. It's a Blu-ray. So maybe I'll one day I'll get the director's cut and I'll be able to review it. I don't know if I'm going to review it on Horror Film Lovers because I did do that, but I do want to eventually do a couple of them on Indie Film Cafe because Paul hasn't seen them yet. I know he's got a new movie out. What is it called? It's something samurai something or whatever, samurai priest or something crazy like that because you know, I think that's just you gotta come up with crazy titles nowadays. Okay, he said let's see. Yep, samurai priest vampire hunter. So why not, right? I want to see that when it comes out. I definitely want to check it out and review it because I think I always love these guys. Like I think they're really good writers. I think Michael's a great director. I just have a blast, and I absolutely love them as people too. They are two of the like Michael and Megan are two of the sweetest people I've ever met in this industry. And and I don't say that lightly because there's a lot of people I've met in this industry. These people are just super sweet. And so when I watch these movies, I want to give them higher ratings, but like there's things that there's editing things, choices that I don't know. Maybe it's because it was shot on like an HD camera back in 2008 and it shouldn't be on Blu-ray because like some things get like all weirded looking and everything, and the slow motion drives me nuts. I do not like slow motion. Well, I like it if it's done like in sparingly, like if it's not used much, if it's used like once for effect, I'm okay with that like for once. After that, I do not like it over, and I feel like it's overused in this movie. Um, the other thing, though, I do think it is beautifully shot. There are some really great scenes, wilderness scenes, and scenes of the mountain, things like that. Like I don't know if it was mountains, but the lake, everything like that. I just found that to be great. The woods, everything, they were shot really well and I enjoyed it. But you know, some of the editing I feel like was not that great, and the slow motion drove me nuts. So anyway, that's about it. I really enjoy this movie. I really hope you guys can find it on like Amazon or especially Amazon. I don't know if that uh if a copy of it is available anywhere else. But yeah, I just I really had a fun time rewatching it. Uh, it's a movie that I feel is underrated. Not many people know it, and I feel like people should check it out. It's not. I don't know if it's like forgotten, or anything, but it's a great movie. It's fun. If you like slashers, it's definitely a slasher movie you need to see. I kind of wish that there had been like a sequel or something, or whatever. But I don't know where they could have gone with that because they kind of ended it in a specific way. But aside from that, I hope you guys enjoyed this little review. I will be back doing this more next month, but I think it will just be one. So you'll just get one horror movie uh lovers reviews. So until then, everybody, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.